Yay. Is there going to be another conversation? That's the question. Nope.
No, I think
it only spawns when we save and load. At least that's how I read the text for the bug.
I wonder if it even considered the Signy one to have taken place because
it did.
You saved.
I saved after. Yeah, it's actually one way that we can use to.
Do you want to do the text adventure and then the 2 battles, or do you want to do
We'll do the text adventure, then the 2 battles.
Okay.
I mean, we could do it in any order that we feel.
Okay. Well, let's do the text adventure since we've just saved.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. So, speaking of bones, gruesome death and good finds go hand in hand.
Your party bears witness to a disturbing sight. A weathered, ragged human skeleton nailed to the trunk of a nearby oak. A slender, needle-thin stiletto appears to be sticking out of its collapsed skull. Wow! Like, a woman did this? If it's like a stiletto?
It's the shoe.
Arg, poor guy. Onwards.
I'm just imagining, like, dead dude, like, nailed to a tree by, like, a stiletto heel.
Yep. Okay, investigate the scene. With all the squishy, sloshy substances long gone, it is hard to speculate on what exactly killed this unfortunate individual, although the presence of 24 nailed bolts through their limbs paints a pretty gruesome picture. Torture? You consider that certain. An eventual killing blow to the head? Also seems obvious, but if so, then what was the point to the torture in the first place?
Check the stiletto.
The weapon appears plain yet well crafted. However, under normal circumstances, you doubt it would be able to pierce the skull. Someone must have thrust it with truly remarkable force. Okay.
Check the clothes.
Amazingly, the skeleton is still dressed. Sort of. What's left of thick, tattered clothing does not betray any signs of wealth, which may explain why it was left alone. If anything, you suspect that the man, or woman, may have been a vagabond of some kind.
Search the clothing.
Though you try hard, it proves difficult to feel out anything through the layers of tightly nailed cloth. It seems you'll have to pull the remains down first.
Check the nails.
Old, rusted, and discernibly painful. The less said about them, the better.
Try and remove the nails and take the skeleton off the tree.
Do you think this is like some kind of like stake situation where it's actually some kind of weird undead thing and you're freeing it from some kind of...
I have no idea.
You begin to methodically remove the nails. As soon as you pull out the stiletto, the skeletal remains drop helplessly to the ground, scattering on impact.
Let's try rummaging through.
As you lean over to assess things, you notice a crumpled piece of parchment sticking between the ribs, giving the impression that it had been swallowed by the deceased. Smudgy, aggressive handwriting curls and twists across the paper, betraying great haste. Philip. Oh, this is from an Emil or Emily? Is it probably a guy?
Probably?
Emil, I think, is still a male name.
Okay. Philip, I'm sorry, but you were right. We were being followed to the border, so I've hidden the puzzle box near Antler Rock. I made a rough sketch of its location. It's only hope that soon we'll be able to sit down in a bar in Candelaria and laugh our problems away with all the money we make. Emil. P.S. Dark one ascends, bright one falls. On his ashes, new life begins.
So, are they some kind of cultists? Because they seem to like the dark one over the bright one.
No, that's a hint. Probably.
Oh, dark one ascends, bright one falls. On his ashes, new life begins.
It's a hint for the puzzle box.
Oh, the puzzle box. Okay. Curiouser and curiouser. What? With the note in hand, you ponder your next move.
So that'll be something that pops up. Wait, what?
You never completed the Merkman thing?
Maybe I forgot? Maybe we reloaded, did the conversation, and it just slipped my brain. Well, it's okay. We can just keep saving and continuing on every single time.
Okay, now you do the Merkman?
Yeah. Spawned and quartered. There we go.
And now you get your money.
Yep, I'll just keep saving. Supposedly the patch is already here that lets you save, but
You haven't updated the game properly?
I don't know.
Or
Maybe
it's
I
not
have to
going
like opt
through?
into a beta branch. I'm impressed that they're so aggressively updating the game.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least,
mounds.
you know, supporting it afterwards. Anyway.
Exotic flora thrives along this path through the bog, attracting both the clueless prey and their calculating predators.
Okay.
Ooh, rain.
I love the sound of rain.
Defeat 2 waves of enemies. Win the battle without using signature skills and defeat an enemy inflicted with at least 3 negative effects. Ah, it's the bursty bugs.
Okay. Yeah, the little bursty bugs are actually not that big of a deal, seeing as we've got ranged characters.
Do you think you can accomplish this with
work
no
with.
signature moves?
No. I mean, maybe. But with 2 waves of enemies, no. I'm not risking it. Remember, the enemies will be, it's not just this set. So whatever we're up against,
Will you be able to have 3 negative effects?
that's,
Between Theo,
that's
Diego,
more likely.
Because I think Diego can poison, she can
Do I have to?
sunder, and Theo could do a number of things.
Yeah, he can do a lot of things. I mean, he can taunt, he can... Actually, come to think of it. I'll just put that there. Use that as much as possible. Okay. Oh, I pressed the wrong button.
What did you press? Oh, well, looks like you have to attack the frog.
Well, no, that was the intention. I was supposed to have...
Him go behind the log or something.
Well, no. I was going to have Signy wait for Theo to move out. But I pressed the hourglass.
Oh.
Because...
Yeah, and you can't go back on hourglasses.
Nope. Unless I reload.
moves.
I mean, we'll be fine. The frog... yeah, the frog was silenced. These guys will be taunted. So I'm going to move here. And toss armor at Theo.
On the prowl.
Okay. Can she?
Won't reach them in time.
Okay. I guess I'll do it in rage. Oh.
Ancestors, hear
Well,
me roar!
that works.
Yep. Okay, that was not as much damage as I thought it was going to be. Well, that's fine.
So they're taunted, but
Oh.
he's still gonna go for...
Yeah, the taunt is not a...
Oh, she dodged
not
it.
as long
She
range
dodged
as
the
I thought it
donkey
was
kick.
going to be.
That's good.
That's okay.
A close range archer is just like,
Hey,
I'm
it
gonna draw
works.
my bow right in front of your face and yeah.
Okay, so...
It actually reminds me in Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of
Oh,
the
wait.
Ring.
I could have hit 2 of them there. I wasn't even paying attention. Yeah?
Didn't Legolas at one point have an orc sneak up on him and he stabbed him through with an arrow by hand and then notched it in his bow
Yeah.
and shot another one?
Yep.
I thought that was pretty cool.
No, they did Legolas really
We
well.
move now, yes?
Which I'm sure is part of the reason why, Can I... Okay, I can't move over
Why?
here. Why he showed back up in The Hobbit.
Here we
Oh,
go.
well, I think they really wanted to add him to The Hobbit because, I mean, it was the elves of Mirkwood and his father that had participated in that battle.
I mean, it makes
Watch
sense.
this.
It was just odd having him show back up when he wasn't in the book. Okay, good. He missed. I guess I prefer it when things are fairly... Holy crap, look at that range.
But the thing is, if they were completely accurate, they wouldn't be able to extend it to 3 movies.
No, it's true. Which is why they should have probably kept it at 2.
Duologies aren't really popular, though, are they? I find that they work really well for books. Do you know why?
Why?
So, you know how the structure of a story goes with, you know, rising action that introduces the characters and the plot and the villains and whatnot. A climax, and then sort of like a descending activity or action kind of thing. But usually the climax is like a culmination of all of the hero's efforts to, you know, fight the villain and whatnot. And the problem with that in trilogies,
The second book always
the
feels
second
kind
one
of...
is more preparation. So the first book is just like, we're going to introduce you to the characters and the villain. The second book is all the preparations. Maybe the heroes get set back a little and it seems like hope is lost. And the third book is them getting, you know, picking themselves up from whatever may have set them back in the second book, and then finally finishing off the villain and accomplishing their quest. But with a duology, you could have the first book as the setup, and then the second book brings about the climax and the descending action. So I suppose it requires less fluff, because you can still have the second half of the first book result in some kind of cliffhanger in a way that the second book would have provided. But the problem is, it usually gets resolved in the second book enough so that the third book starts with a final push. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess it depends. The real trick is to have something that is really memorable in the second book to give it, like, some staying power. The other thing is, like, third books generally, well, first books set everything up, third books have to finish it. Second books give you a really good chance at making the villains more interesting.
Well, which is why they usually have them have some kind of minor victory. Or even a substantial one.
To dust you go.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, just how they're bandits now?
Yeah, but they're not in the turn order, so they are ambushing me badly.
Incoming.
Well, they're bandits. They probably
sure.
don't have that much expertise.
No, it's
Leave
true.
this to me.
Okay, who's low on shields? Pretty much no one. Well, that's convenient. Signy, have some, question mark. But like, for Lord of the Rings, the second book had,
The Ents.
Helm's Deep. And the Ents. But like...
Like, that was like, there was a whole side story regarding Isengard.
Yeah.
From dust you
And the party split up.
Let's get
And
this
people
over
thought that
with.
they were dead, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh no, the hobbits were taken to
They shot through the
Isengard.
helmets, and
But,
you're
you know,
to
it
blame.
gave the villains a chance to be more interesting.
Well, they also introduced even more characters. Like, that's where you got introduced to the Riders of Rohan, right?
Yeah.
And so the party splits up, and there's all these odd side plots, in a way.
You're not my blood type anyway.
But like, Helm's Deep was definitely...
Oh, you're not my blood type anyway.
Honestly, I would argue that Helm's Deep was probably the defining moment of Lord of the Rings for a lot of people.
Well, Helm's Deep was an instance in which it really did seem like the heroes were really backed into a corner and all hope was lost.
Yeah, but
and
it
then
was...
Gandalf saves the day again.
It was all...
And also unites with them with the elves, right?
Yeah.
Like, he pretty much got the elves to muster their forces and help the humans. It's I suppose Lord of the Rings handled it well.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings handled it really well. I guess I enjoyed specifically Helm's Deep because admittedly the hobbits weren't there.
You weren't really a fan of the hobbits?
Not overwhelmingly, but it gave the rest of the cast kind of a reason, not a reason for being, but a chance to show off in a really good way that made a lot of sense.
I do admit, I really liked the triumvirate that Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli had.
Yeah,
Watch this.
And I mean, and then Gandalf would pop up here and there.
yeah.
What do you need?
I always feel a bit bad that Boromir didn't really get
alive.
his time in the sun. Like, you know, Boromir was supposed to be the best that man had to offer. And I guess he did kind of get it when he was dying. But
he was also supposed to show about... Oh, so he and Aragorn were supposed to be not like foils to one another or opposites, maybe? It's just
well, they were.
Because Boromir, you know, he's son of the current, minister of Minas Tirith? Regent. And, you know, he sort of felt like Aragorn had abandoned humanity, you know, gone off and become a Dunedain ranger and whatnot, abandoned his royal lineage, which was also called into question several times.
Yeah, but he was also a bit power hungry in his own right, whereas Aragorn very much was...
Well, he was sort of doing the whole thing that Isildur had, where he's like, I'm going to use the ring for myself, but everyone knows that that doesn't work.
Yeah. I just felt bad because of the Fellowship, he never got the chance to do anything.
I actually found it interesting. I haven't gotten far enough in the books. I know it's terrible. I like got halfway through the Twin Towers and
you should sit down and read them. They're really good.
Oh,
There's
a
lot of fun detail in there.
I know. And like I liked what they did in the films with Faramir, because he was sort of the second younger brother.
I need to get my GameCube down here at some point so we can play the Return of the King game. There's a funny thing at the very end that I'd like to show you.
But what I liked about that is, you know, it was talking about Faramir and how he was living in his brother's shadow and had a lot to live up to. Like it almost seemed like you got more characterization for Boromir after his death.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because through his death, like, the father's like, oh, my favorite son is gone. And the people are like, oh no, Boromir. And Faramir's like, yeah, Here,
can we at least read this so I can get into the battle?
Okay, fine. I just love Lord of the Rings.
A huge pond covered in clusters of odious pulsating spawn. The air reeks considerably of putrescence. You know, I
want to read the new books. They're releasing new books.
Yeah,
they're gonna have one for like Beren and Luthien.
You should sit down and play Shadow of Mordor. Defeat the Merc Frog. Be the first party to deal damage. Win the battle in 7 turns.
Oh, the Merc Frog. Wait, what's that?
That's the Merc Frog.
Oh, it's just a seashell.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, it's just a
it's
environmental
not part of
detail.
the environment, though.
Odd.
It just doesn't look like it's. And it even has bubbles rising from it. There's 2 of them. I know what they might be. Don't get too close to them because a crab might come out and pinch you.
Pinchy.
Pinchy.
It's weird that they're bubbling.
But that's because it's supposed to denote that something's living inside them. Those things can pinchy pinch.
They're destructible.
And they're destructible.
Oh, spawns a Merkman warrior every turn.
Oh no, destroy it. I thought they came from eggs. Why are they inside well, I suppose those little blue things might be eggs.
I'm not going to question it too hard, but yeah, we'll have Diego
shoot the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, she lost all her shields. Ouch.
She doesn't start with much, but she gets 120 per turn. She'll be fine.
Now, this makes me wonder, of what relation are the Merkmen to the frogs? Like, do Merkmen
the frogs are the inbred cousins.
Oh gosh, the eyes are even pulsating.
Yup. It's uncomfortable business. Now, does that hit? It just hit Signy.
Wow.
I was kind of hoping.
That's some accurate luging going on. That's what I meant. Stop that! I meant luger. I don't use the term often.
On the prowl.
Loogie. Luger is a pistol.
Okay, well it is pistol whipping lugers.
You want to take a mulligan on this?
What's a mulligan?
Second try.
Luger? Luger loogie? Luger.
I'm just gonna let this happen.
Sorry.
Your mastery over... I mean,
What's
technically a Luger is a German pistol, so I guess it's not exactly the English language, but still. Wow, I think this might actually be one of the easiest battles I have ever done in this game.
Well, because we were able to catch on that those seashells were in fact
Yeah, that
spawning
would have
points.
been real bad. It does help that I've got a team of semi-long ranged people, which helps a lot.
Frog. Oh no, slimy goo.
Eh. Honestly, I'm not even sure how much damage poison does. Let's see.
Yeah, I wish that like little numbers would pop up above their heads, like a
It might.
down 50
It
kind of
might.
thing. Because you
I-
get a plus whatever
Yes,
there,
yes.
plus 60.
Yep. I honestly cannot tell you. I was just expecting at the end of this very difficult dungeon, we'd have, you know, yet another enemy that would be,
And we didn't even destroy their eggs.
Nope.
So,
Yeah, this turned out to be kind of easy.
well, imagine if you came here earlier and unprepared,
Yeah. Well,
and you didn't have
no,
all these
I probably
characters.
could have done this. This would have been harder had I weaker characters.
Leave this to me.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep shielding the tar out of
Strike
Diego.
now.
He has almost as much shields as he does
Yeah,
health.
but nobody else is... Oh, yeah, I have no idea how much damage she's taking.
Sundered. Oh, you're not gonna
Nope.
spiral again?
Nope.
Oh, there's a kick.
You're
Something
stunned.
wicked
What's this?
this Regalia.
Creeping doom. Copies
That's
a negative effect.
not really...
But there's no
That's not really... I mean, that's useful, but that's not really that useful.
I mean, that would be good if you could stun and then stun everyone.
That
And it
slaps
missed.
Belfry. Wooha! Monster mash.
I'd be so pissed if
Cheer
I,
up.
like, missed a second
Being dead is
time
not so
and then
bad.
missed a third time. Yeah, it would be good for applying a stun to the whole battlefield.
Did it use its voice?
Here we go.
It mighta? Not really sure.
Like he needs any more shields.
Yeah, but Signy doesn't either. Like, this frog is not dangerous on its own.
You know, he could probably pistol them
He could.
just to help. I mean, Diego seems to be
I am-
dodging like a pro.
I am morally opposed to shooting things with guns.
Oh, so you're gonna be like Batman? Oh wait, in the latest movie he was firing numerous weapons. Though they were tranquilizer darts, right? Or was he actually using heavy firearms at one point?
Well, he definitely murdered.
Oh, well his car was definitely blasting
yeah,
things up.
yeah. Batman is morally opposed to guns unless it suits him, but he's not so morally opposed to.
I really didn't
running
like
over people.
I did not like that. I know it's sort of campy and cheesy, but
You
I
need to contact your aunt so we can watch Wonder Woman tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow?
Yes.
Probably.
I'll have to call her to see when we'll go.
That was easy. Yeah, because I'd like to see Wonder Woman. I like it. We're just talking about regular
Wonder
life while we're just
Woman.
destroying things. Oh. We won the battle in 7 turns. Didn't even realize we were doing that. Doing it that fast. Well, that was convenient.
Yay! And that means we cleared out the dungeon, right?
Yep. And now we get the meanwhile.
Meanwhile.
But we already know what this meanwhile is. Zzz.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it?
The assassin.
But this was a different area.
No, it wasn't.
She wasn't down in the basement yet.
Remember, she was walking along the hall and she heard
Oh, wait, why are
the
there
crash?
2 quests over there?
Ancient Stone Circle, so that's Miri.
That's for Miri. And the
And-
Antler Rock. Oh, that's the puzzle. But we can't save. Or we just saved before. No, we didn't save.
We saved right before the battle. We might actually have an autosave. I don't know. Either
Do you want to
way,
go back to Ascalia? Then it's right next door.
I was gonna say let's do the.
But we could save at Ascalia and then go out to those 2.
But 1, 2, 3 versus
Mm.
1.
Would it only use up 1 day?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
It'll take up less, and I can't imagine these are going to be that hard.
Okay.
I mean, worst comes to worst, I have to repeat that one battle, and we'll do that for next session.
Aha!
Happens.
Used up another day.
Still.
Venture forth, the ancient stone circle. According to
According-
Mary, this is the location of the stone circle.
Brr, 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 brr.
Enshrined in a small thicket, the stone circle Mary mentioned lies before your eyes. The area seems silent.
Approach it.
13 weathered man-sized monoliths gaze back at you in silence. It's apparent at first glance that this structure has seen better days. Many stones are chipped or damaged, and Gap suggests that some may be outright missing.
Is-
Would a group of structures be considered a single structure? I would have thought that they'd be several structures.
I don't
But
know.
because it is a circle, it's considered...
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
Inspect them closely.
The surface is clean, without any traces of intentional carving or painting. Aside from all the notches and weathering, there seems to be nothing of interest on the stones themselves.
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
Touch one of the stones.
You're surprised to learn that the stone isn't cold. As you place your palm upon it, you feel a growing, pulsating warmth emanating from within. Energy begins to swirl around the outline of your hand. Before you know it, a pattern begins to form. A square inscribed in a circle.
Place your hand on the pattern.
A surge of power rushes through the stone. Crystalline ringing fills your ears. The remaining stones light up in unison, humming with energy. Symbols race across their surface. You feel as if some greater arcane truth is about to be bestowed upon you, and you hold your breath in awe. Suddenly, the hum transfigures into a sharp, wheezing sound. Without warning, the stone you are touching explodes in your face.
How rude.
After regaining consciousness, you find that the circle is dormant once more. Try as you might, you can't get it to activate again.
Perhaps it's for the best.
You leave the circle to report this curious outcome to Miri. Wasn't there a you could wait?
And see if anything would happen. Yeah, maybe.
What were the other ones?
I don't know. We can always reload real far. Let's get Antler Rock, then we head back.
Okay.
Christ.
Yeah.
That was quite the process. Okay, well, whatever. We have plenty of days left, and we're way ahead. Speaking in Bones, Part 2. The alleged location of the puzzle box hidden away by some unlucky chap.
You arrive at the designated place, or at least one roughly corresponding to the drawings. Smothered by the gentle breeze, an interesting rock outcropping looms ahead, one that you presume to be Antler Rock.
Look for the spot from the note.
You search for anything that would resemble the spot marked on your makeshift map.
This may take a while. I'll better prepare for the long haul.
Sometime later, you find the right spot. At least you think so. The soil below your feet is soft, almost clay-like. Sure seems like something may be buried underneath.
Okay, let's start digging.
Thus, your group begins digging. The wait for a payoff proves not too long. Hidden away in a shallow hole, you find something. An odd, egg-shaped gray object covered in strange ceramic carvings and a delicate script, roughly split into 3 rotating sections. These sections slide flawlessly, shifting from one fixed position to another. The note referred to it as a puzzle box, and indeed, there is obviously a trick to opening this unusual container.
Examine the mechanism.
The 3 sections are all decorated with the same set of symbols, each a different setting on the dial. The sun, the moon, a silhouette of a dragon, a silhouette of a man, and a silhouette of an eagle. There appears to be an arbitrary front to the egg, one reinforced with a silvered lock. A small metal button connects the lock. You are certain the alignment of these elements is crucial to opening the container. So,
Okay.
one thing, what was above and what was below?
Oh, 1 second. Okay. Each a different setting on the dial. So,
Hey, maybe there's some kind of hint in the note.
no, hold on.
Okay, fine.
Let's examine this first.
Because there's a man, a
Well,
dragon,
Sun,
and an
moon,
eagle.
dragon, man, eagle.
Okay. Because all I remember from the thing was that the darkness would rise and the light would fall to ash, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Dark one ascends, bright one falls.
On his ashes, new life begins. So, the dark one ascending would probably be like the moon rising and like the sun falling. And usually
So it's probably...
usually it's a phoenix that comes forth from ashes, but a dragon would be able to use fire. But you don't have a phoenix, you have an eagle.
Okay. Oh. The three sections are decorated with the same sets of symbols, each a different setting on the dial. So, top is dark one ascends, so moon on top, sun on bottom, and dragon in the middle.
But align the top section doesn't tell you what's going on.
So if I do align the top section, what should be in the
Oh,
front?
what symbol do you want to move to the
So the
front?
moon.
The moon. Okay. The layer shifts and turns with a quiet click, now displaying the symbol of the moon.
Middle section, dragon. And bottom section, sun.
Layer shifts. And do you...
Press the button.
Okay. You press the button and nothing happens. Okay, make the middle section the eagle.
Eagle? Press the button.
Nothing happens. Okay, so would it be a man in the middle? Because the dark one ascends, the light one falls, and from his ashes, new life begins. Unless the sun's supposed to be in the middle, and the ashes come last.
It'd be really nice if they actually gave us like a 3D thing that we could interact with and see. So...
Wait, but that's the top section.
I'm just going to make sure I had it on sun and moon.
Okay.
It looks like we can do this as long as we want.
Oh, and the middle section is...
Man?
Okay, sure. Something begins to stir below the surface. A clanking, forceful noise escapes from the machinery. The lock gives way, and the egg opens. Inside, wrapped meticulously in yellowed scroll, lies exquisite sapphire-encrusted necklace. The light dances coyly in its brilliant surface, promising boons unknown.
So we get 500 gold for the egg itself, 100 EXP, and a pendant.
With shield points.
Just extra shield points. It's okay.
So, man is considered life from the ashes?
Guess so. Let's go back to Ascalia, which
And save.
takes less time, and then we'll save. And hang out, whatever. We should have a lot of money so we can upgrade some structures, make some weapons, you know the deal. Okay, so first, let's save.